Good morning, Pantsers. I thought I would just jump right into the themes list, and since you all already know who I am, I thought I would go straight to the second one on the list, which is books. I think that when we did it originally, we were supposed to talk about our favorite books or something. Not only have we already talked about our favorites, but we've already talked about how terrible we all are at choosing favorites of things. So I figure we'll just go with the more broad topic of books, generally. I thought I would just talk about what I happen to be reading right now. I am, of course, still reading along with the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I'm reading my tiny pocket edition of Pride and Prejudice. It's so cute. I also just finished rereading Persuasion. I also just recently read Maureen Johnson's The Name of the Star, which I can't hold up because someone's borrowing it. The sequel, The Madness Underneath, is coming out like in a week or two, and I pre-ordered it. Or actually, my mom pre-ordered it for me for my birthday, so I should be getting a copy of that. And the other thing I'm reading right now is the Narnia books. This is the giant HarperCollins edition that has all 7 Narnia books in it. It's kind of a weird edition because it's bound in chronological order rather than the order the books were published in. I don't know if you guys know very much about the Narnia books. They don't go in order chronologically. Like, the timeline does not go in order. The books jump around from place to place because he didn't, make out a timeline before he started writing. He just wrote stories about Narnia as they came to him. So some of them, happen earlier or later in the timeline. There's this big thing about what order you should read them in. Some people say you should read them in the order they were written and published, and some people say you should read them in chronological order on the timeline. Most people seem to feel you should read them in publication order. HarperCollins felt that you should read them in chronological order, so they published them in chronological order. I'm reading them in publication order because this is the first time I've read them through. I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe once, many years ago. Long time ago. But I never read any of the rest of them, and I always kind of meant to. A friend of mine had this book, and she gave it to me here, I don't know, a few months ago, and so I decided that I would finally get around to reading them. So my friend Brian and I are reading them. We're passing the book back and forth. So, I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and then I gave it to him, and he read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and gave it back to me, and then I read whatever the next book is. I don't remember. There are a lot of them. There are 7 books. I don't remember which order they go in. Prince Caspian is the next one. I looked it up. So never having read them before, I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying going through the whole thing. I was really only familiar with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe before. And so it's kind of nice to go through and read all the rest of the books finally. I'm not quite all the way through yet. I just started the 6th out of the 7 books. Reading them in publication order, that makes it The Magician's Nephew. I feel like the Narnia books are kind of a, sort of a cultural touchstone. They're one of those things that people refer to a lot, and so it's nice to have actually read them. I'm not doing Story Game again this week because I'm still the last person who wrote anything for it, so yeah, I don't know what's going on there. If you guys haven't done your sign for Zoe yet for the new intro, do that, and I will see you all next week. DFTBA.